Hi everyone, how are you doing? It's me, Mark, back with another video, and today is the 12th of February 2024. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who's recently come to the channel and found the channel and liked the videos, subscribed, and left comments and all that jazz. It really does make a difference in helping people find this information, especially in this day and age where we have a vast amount of videos promoting gambling online, and so on. So these videos that I do and a few other people are doing online, we don't we don't get much attention for obvious reasons. So the fact that you found these videos and liked and left a message and stuff like that, you're indirectly helping the next person who's coming along and will find this channel. So thank you a great deal for that. Now I just want to talk about a couple of comments that I've had on the channel in the last few days. There was one comment in particular that really struck out. It was in relation to the video that I did entitled "I Can't Stop Gambling," and there was a comment left. I left, and basically it was just simply said, "I can't stop gambling, and it's getting worse," or something along those lines. This is one of the issues when we've crossed over that line, and we've moved from so-called fun gambling to problem gambling, and then to gambling addiction. Our gambling does get worse, and the reason it gets worse because this condition that we have is progressive, in the fact that it will get worse. It will get worse. In ways that we can't even imagine yet. How many times have we gone through the misery, the heartache, the shame, banging our head on a table, wanting to smash our laptop to bits, wanting to throw our mobile phones off the walls, wanting to smash the roulette machine in the bookies. How many times have we gone through that? That feeling of despair, and when you think that you can't possibly experience anything worse than what you're going through, such as not having any electricity for your flat, not having any food to eat. These are some of the things what we experience, and you think the isolation and all that stuff, all that stuff that we know too well. We say to ourselves, it couldn't possibly get any worse than this, but it does. It does get worse and worse and worse. It gets. I mean, the thing is, if we look back, we can tell the truth of this because looking back over the last few years, look at your own gambling. Has your gambling got worse over the last few years? More so than you could have imagined. If you're a gambling addict, I guarantee that answer is yes. Because so long as we're forced to gamble by the addiction, it will get worse. People talk, we talk about being on automatic pilot and stuff like that. I mean, I can remember running from the bookies a mile and a half to get home, to get some money I had in the house, to run back to the bookies in order to put some money on a machine. Why would I do that? Like literally running. And I've done that on occasion where I've been in an arcade on the slots, and I've been on this machine and it's rinsed me out of about 500 quid, and I've ran home to get some more money, and I've ran back. Somebody's put £1 in and won a £500 jackpot, and you just stood there and you've got fucking no money left. All right, like that. Anyway, I digress. But we all have experiences that we think gambling couldn't possibly make us any worse, but it does. It has a habit of doing that, and the reason it has a habit of doing that is because we can't stop it from happening. So I talk a lot about powerlessness on this channel, and particularly around the first step within the 12-step program of recovery. And the reason I do that is because there's a lot of misconceptions around it. Now, I'm not saying I've got this nailed down 100% or anything like that, but I've found a way. I've gained an understanding that works for me. So when we talk about powerless, we're not talking about we can't gamble, or recognising that we can't gamble, or recognising the consequences of our gambling. That isn't powerlessness at all. What we're talking about is we are incapable of stopping ourselves putting on the first bet at certain times. So if we're incapable of stopping ourselves from putting on the first bet at certain times, it means we will at certain times put on the first bet. So there's one part. Now, what happens when we put on the first bet? We are compelled to put on the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. So the issue here isn't about our 30th bet or the bet that clears our bank account out. The bet that clears our bank account out is the first bet. So if we have no control, no ability, no capacity, no power to stop ourselves at certain times from doing it, it means we are going to gamble again, and we are going to rinse our bank accounts again. That's what it means. That's what we're powerless. We are powerless and incapable of stopping ourselves if we are gambling addicts. And this is the view of the first step within the 12-step program. Now, this is why we keep hearing people, "Oh, I gambled again. I gambled again. I gambled again. Yeah, I gambled again. And again, and again, and again." And I'm not making fun out of anybody's misery. Nobody relapsed more than me, honestly. It was like that sounded a bit like Trump there, didn't it? I'm the greatest relapser. I mean, the thing is, I was repeatedly relapsing all the time, you know. And we hear a lot of people like that as well, you know, absolutely locked into this cycle of misery and hopelessness, you know. And the issue is a lack of power, and the purpose of the 12 steps. So I just want to talk about another comment, and again, this isn't meant to challenge or anything. It's just my understanding. So a lot of people tend to think that what we're doing with the 12 steps, we're praying to a higher power to give us power. No, we're not. What we're doing is we're working these steps to get connected to a higher power that'll do for us what we can't do for ourselves. So it's not us that has been given the power. What we're doing is we're working through these steps to get connected to something that can do it for us without us even thinking about it. So the recognizing that we're powerless means that we're taking we're letting go of fighting against this fucking thing. Absolutely. It's like, fuck this, I know I can't do it, I'm screwed, I'm powerless, I'm always going to gamble again because I've got a condition that's locked within my own head. I can't overcome the peculiar mental twist when it returns. I can't see the wood for the trees. I can't see the reality around my gambling at certain times. Therefore, I need some power, something to protect me from somewhere, because I can't protect myself. So what we're doing when we're going through this, the steps, we're recognizing that if we get connected to a higher power and have an experience of that power working within our life, then we understand and recognize that a higher power is doing for us what we can't do for ourselves. So we're not praying for power, for us to have power. No, we're not. We're not going through these steps to give us power. We're going through these steps to get connected to a higher power that'll do it for us. So we don't have to worry about it anymore. All we have to worry about is staying connected to the higher power. And that's the purpose. That's the purpose of the steps. Hopefully this has made some sense. I'll do more videos on this. As you can tell, most of my videos are on this subjects of 1, 2, and 3 within the 12-step program. But I do have the ability to go through talking about the other steps as well. But this is such a fundamental understanding. So these first three steps, you haven't put any action in. All these first 3 steps is information. Information, and then you become willing to make a decision. You've not actually done anything yet. And then when you get to step 4, that's when you start putting in the action to get connected to the higher power. So, yeah, take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.